welcome back to Women's Football Talk, the YouTube channel that brings you all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. And this weekend's action has just rounded up, and what a weekend of action we have had across the world of football. And there's only one place to start, and that is in the Champions League. So it's the second legs of the semi-finals, Barcelona versus PSG and Chelsea versus Bayern Munich. And we'll start off with the Barcelona-PSG game, and it was Barcelona that ran out 2-1 winners on the day and 3-2 on aggregate, thanks to a brace from Lieke and Martens to send Barcelona to the final. However, Marie-Antoinette Katoto did score for PSG. However, it wasn't enough, as the Spanish side managed to progress into the final, and it was a very close game again throughout the whole 90 minutes, but Barcelona managed to hold on for the result to set up a final in the 16th of May in Gothenburg. Now, the other second leg took place between Chelsea and Bayern Munich at Kingsmeadow, and it was Chelsea that ended up winning 4-1 on the day and 5-3 in aggregate. Frank Kirby scored a brace, Ji So-yun scored, and Pernilla Harder as well for Emma Hayes' side. And that was despite a brilliant goal from Sarah Zadrazil for Bayern Munich. However, it wasn't enough, considering Chelsea scored them two late goals, with Pernilla Harder's coming 6 minutes from time and Frank Kirby's second coming in stoppage time for Emma Hayes' side, to see them progress to the final, which will be set up for the 16th of May in Gothenburg. No idea who's going to be the home side, but remember, it's 16th of May, 8 o'clock UK time. So make sure you check your local listings for when that is, and further on when that is talked about by UEFA. Now, we've had a lot of action in the WSL, as it's the penultimate weekend this weekend. 5 games, apart the only 2 teams, as we said in our preview show, that didn't play was Chelsea versus Tottenham, because Chelsea obviously played just in the Champions League, so they play on Wednesday at 5:30. So in the early kickoff between Aston Villa versus West Ham, again it was another 0-0 draw from the same as it was 12 days ago. However, this one was a bit more entertaining, as West Ham definitely had the more chances compared to Marcus Bigno's Aston Villa side. However, they just couldn't find a way past Lisa Weiss in goal. So that was again a 0-0 draw. It doesn't do either side that much good, because Aston Villa remain 11th place, just above Bristol City at the bottom of the table, and West Ham are only point clear. I mean, yes, they've now moved up the table because of the results elsewhere in the WSL, but they are still looking over the shoulder with the possibility of potentially getting relegated. Elsewhere, Arsenal beat Everton 2-1 at Walton Hall Park. An early goal from Katie McCabe and then a 94th minute penalty from Kim Little gave Joe Montemurro's side the victory. Meg Finnegan did score for Willie Kirk's side, and now that result means Arsenal have qualified for next season's Champions League from the playoff stage, because Manchester United cannot catch them unless Arsenal were to lose really badly to Aston Villa next week and Man United were to thump Everton, so it's unlikely that they would be caught. Then in what was the most entertaining game between Reading and Brighton and Hove Albion, finished 3-2 to Emma Chambers' side, in a game that really didn't need to be nothing to play for. Both sides have cemented their safety in the division for next season. Farrah Williams scored an early goal through a penalty, then Danielle Carter put Reading 2-0 up, and then 2 goals in the space of 30 seconds for Lee Gwyn Min. Her first 2 goals for Brighton put it level as we headed into the break. However, 5 minutes into the second half, a goal from Natasha Harding gave Reading the victory in what was a very quiet second half, but a very end-to-end first half, and definitely lived up to expectations of being a very good game. Then in the late games as well, the fellow 2 o'clock kickoff, Manchester United beat Bristol City 1-0. It's gone down as a Yana Daniels own goal, though I think it could have been given as a Jane Ross goal, but Bristol City held on very well for the majority of the game. It wasn't until the 79th minute that United got that goal, and it was the only goal for Casey Stoney's side, who now have nothing to play for next weekend. Obviously, just a bit of pride, but Bristol City need to win next week to have any hope of survival. And the final game that took place saw Manchester City beat Birmingham City 4-0. Chloe Kelly scored a brace for Gareth Taylor's side, and then a goal from Sam Mewis and the first Premier League goal for Esme Morgan wrapped up the 3 points for Gareth Taylor's side and move them to a top of the table for the time being, as Chelsea haven't played obviously this weekend. But we got to wish Chloe Kelly a speedy recovery, as she went off in that game late on due to a collision, and she seemed to have hurt her knee. There's been obviously no confirmed news from Man City yet on the injury of Chloe Kelly, but hopefully it isn't as bad as it first feared. Right, elsewhere we've had action in Ligue 1, as we have 2 games. On Friday, Lyon beat Le Havre 5-1 with Amadine Henry, Amel Majri, Wendy Renard, Eugene Lasama and Caterina Macario scoring the first goals of the Sonia Bompasta era to see Lyon move ahead of PSG to top of the table. Obviously PSG haven't played due to being in Champions League action, and then the only other game saw Paris FC beat Issy FF 4-0 with Théa Gerberval scoring a brace, Kate Thini and Clara Matteo scoring as well, and the result sees Paris FC in 4th place. Over in Italy this weekend we've had a full schedule of games, starting off with Napoli beating San Marino 5-0, Roma and AC Milan playing out a 0-0 draw, Hellas Verona lost 4-0 to Sassuolo, Juventus beat Fiorentina 6-1 with Matilda Skofson, Sophie Pedersen, Valentina Kamalova, Andres Sivkova scoring a brace and Barbara Bonassa scoring the goals for Juventus. Fiorentina beat Bari 3-1 with Daniela Sabatino scoring a brace for Fiorentina in the second half, and the final result saw Inter Milan and Empoli play out a 3-3 draw. So that result obviously sees Juventus stay on top, winning all 19 games so far this season with 57 points, and Bari remain bottom with only 3 points this season. Over in the Eredivisie this week we obviously had the second set of playoff games. On Friday, Vivi Alkmaar and Pek Zwolle played out a 3-3 draw. Chimera Ripa scored a brace for Alkmaar and Sonny Koopman scored as well, whilst Morshuska, Van Oost, Modi Stoop and Eva Martman scored for Zwolle. Then on Friday as well, Ajax beat Den Haag 2-0 with Chester C. Grant and Nikita Rudy Trump scoring a late penalty for Ajax to get them in the first victory of the playoffs for the championship. And then in the game that took place on Sunday, FC20 beat PSV 2-1 with Renate Janssen and Rieke Diekman scoring both goals and Naomi Pateval scoring for PSV. So obviously 20 now lead PSV by a point, and same over Ajax, but PSV lead Ajax on goal difference. And finally, over in Spain, Eibar beat Granadilla Tenerife 2-1. Atletico Madrid and Rayo Vallecano played out a 0-0 draw. Real Betis beat Logroño 1-0. Deportivo beat Madrid CFF 3-0. Valencia beat Espanyol 2-1. Real Madrid and Sporting Huelva played out a 1-1 draw, and Levante beat Sevilla 2-1. So Levante staying second behind Barcelona, and Sevilla are down in 8th place, and obviously it looks like Barcelona are set to win that league, and obviously Logroño are still bottom, but 2 points behind Deportivo, but have played a game more. Right, so we'll be back later on this week to review the Chelsea versus Tottenham game and look ahead to the final weekend of fixtures here in the WSL and any other talking points from around the world of women's football. Until then, make sure you like, comment and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a post. And until then, we'll see you soon.